I guess for me, the surprise was not just the 50 basis point hike, which was greater than most economists had expected, but the fact that they're actually seeing another 50 basis point cut in the future.
Right, exactly. I think that's the big news. The expectation was that they were going to cut. It was a coin flip whether it was going to be 25 basis points or 50, and people were looking for signals of what they were going to do going forward after this one. And to say that they expect the pace to be 50 basis points going forward was pretty interesting. The other major aspect of this is that Brazil was the first big central bank to start hiking rates in the wake of the pandemic, and now is really the first big one to start cutting. Chile cut last week, and now Latin America is really just leading this cycle, even while the Fed and the European Central Bank are moving the other direction.
Travis, this was really the first meeting to include a Lula appointee. We know that Lula has been blasting the central bank since his return to leadership in January. How does that play into the sort of political environment that the central bank is operating in?
We'll see, because Lula earlier today said that he expected a rate cut, but also renewed his criticism of Bank Chief Roberto Campos Neto. Interestingly, Campos Neto was among those who voted for the bigger cut. There are questions, given Lula's appointees joining the board, about how the bank will operate going forward, especially because its formal autonomy was only entrenched 2 years ago. But I think it'll be interesting to watch Lula's reaction now, because as you all mentioned, this is a bigger cut than people expected, and the signals that there are bigger cuts coming in the near future.
My question is, will they be able to do that? Because, of course, this divergence in paths from major central banks and these emerging economies all lies on what happens with the path of inflation, right? It seems that Brazil has been able to lower it below its annual inflation target, but for how long, and what could be the variables there?
Yeah, I think that's still the big open question, is how far they go. They said in their statement that they are still going to monitor inflation expectations and want to take a monitor and have moderation going forward. I think there is a question about how far they will go, but the big news now is still just that they went this far and this fast to start.